Hello everybody. So, just hanging out here with my tarantula, looking around. Somehow, I keep losing the food. After a while, how do I explain? It just, seems to disappear on the substrate, and I can't find it. Poke, 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 poke. So yeah, can't find it. I try to get it because after it got done eating, it got pretty big, and you can take a look on how it looks like, right? It's already gotten full. It was a little mealworm. I mean, not little mealworm. It was a little superworm, right? And I know how superworms, when they're dead, they need to be getting out of there. I can't find it. And if anybody knows what happens if you don't get a superworm, more of what would happen, let me know. I'm trying to look for it. Can't find it. Cannot find it. So far it looks like this. So it looks like, let me show you. You know, there's a little room. Just looking and looking and looking. How you doing, little spider? How you doing? Oh, you don't want to be bothered, huh? Well, right now it's pretty calm once it's like this, right? So I'll speak to you guys about what I've learned so far. When I first got these spiders, right? I thought they would randomly eat their food just like that when they're alive, right? But sometimes they take too long. They seem like they're not interested. So when I just leave it there, they go back and eat it. That's what I've learned. But it has to be dead, you know? I want it to be dead. So when it's dead, I just leave it somewhere like this. Can you see the point? You know, somewhere near, but too near, right? Just near enough. And eventually it'll find it, it'll eat it. But after 12 hours, I search and see if it still has it in his mouth. And sometimes it does. And sometimes this thing will I try to fight for it, right? With these things. Like try to poke around, try to get it. Because it's looks like it's full. It looks like it's not eating anymore. So I try to get it out, right? And sometimes it drops it. That's what I've realized. But if it looks really hungry, I've realized that sometimes it'll take away that food and seem really angry and doesn't want to give it up. So that's what I've realized. Now, back then I didn't really know much about spiders myself. I would look all over the place on YouTube, all over the place, and people did a lot very differently. Now here I am. I what I do is I kill whatever I want in here. I let it sit like this, right over here, and this little spider right here will go and eat it, even if it's small or even if it's big. Sometimes it looks like it's not even hungry, right? And you don't want to leave the food there. Now, if it looks like it's not eating, let it sit like that for 5 hours. Just let the food sit like that. But if you're low on supply, I can understand you don't want to waste any food. Now, what I would say is it's better for you to use that food than your tarantula to be all hungry. So, at that point, you're trying to feed your tarantula, right? You don't want her to go hungry because, you know, it costs you money. I understand. And sometimes these things, I mean, this is what I'm telling you now, okay? Sometimes these caps seem like they're running out of water real soon. Seems like it's real too soon. Replace the cap and then see how it does at a regular time. And if it's still full, then it must have been a leaking problem or something. It works out for me. I think it might have been a leaking problem. So far I have all this moss right here, right? I'm just trying to pat down all this to make it very pat down. for the next time. I want to keep the key. I want to keep this enclosure very clean, but it's kind of getting really hard to clean up because I have to make sure where it's at, and I can't really see much from here. Right, so I have this tablet from right here. It's lighting up on this side, and you can see the bottle there, even the door. So far, from my eyes open, I can't really see anything that's on the ground. It's been like, I lost some food. I think it's been gone since 2 or 3 days. I don't see anything on the surface. I'm very surprised. I would, if something like that was dead, you'd probably see something up in the surface. I don't know if this thing ate it. Clueless. But yeah, I would check it on every 12 hours, right? And it's really hard. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get to take out the food very carefully. And I realize, yeah, I want to take an experiment. You know, look, take a look at what I'm doing. You know, I'm like patting this down, right? Now I wonder how this tarantula would behave with me patting this down. I get it. It digs, but also I've noticed something too. It doesn't seem in some enclosures. This thing doesn't seem like it's. This tarantula doesn't seem like it digs. So, and that's some of the enclosures that I pat down. But of course, I don't know if it likes really pat down soil. You know, maybe it likes it. I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to try that yourself to try to understand what I'm trying to tell you here. It could be something else, right? It could be a time. Anyways, you should try this experiment. If you also want to just see it on the top, right? See it if you pat this down, maybe this thing will come out more often, right? So, if this is pat down, look from how it looks from far away, right? You know, still a lot to pat down. So, I like to hang out with my tarantula, you know. I would say maybe this can give it some. I'm experimenting right now to see maybe if I spend more time, it won't seem so skittish. But maybe it's just the way it is. But I'll end up saying the results sometime and being like, is it skittish or not? You know. But so far, I've been spending a lot of time with this one. Usually, I would back then I would spend time with this one right here. This one's bigger, so you know. I might make this a long video because I am thinking because people don't want to. I know I don't. You know, want to spend too much time on a video when someone's talking and this and that, right? All right, but I'm gonna make this a long video. I believe that maybe I should, and you might stick around if you want to. It's up to you. Anyways, I'm gonna open this up. These things, whew. I'd make better, how can I explain? I could find out a better way to make a knob for this one. I don't have knobs, but I have these hinges. I think they're hinges, or what's it called? It's like for dressers, okay? That's the best way to describe it. I don't have that word at the top of my head at this time. Otherwise, I would have used it. Alright. Now that this door's closed, just to make extra sure it is, I'm going to move this a little bit to the side. Right? Okay. See all these webs? And then there's a spider over there. Just hanging out. I wonder what this thing is. Oh, that's just moss. So I'm going to try to pull this a little down. How you doing, little spider? This one's bigger, though. This one's my first one. First, it's a vegan. So I have all these, I have all that moss. And you're probably thinking, why do you have all that moss there? It likes to hide. I'd rather it hide up here than down there. This one over here clearly is hid down there. If you know me, I want my tarantulas to be up there, but I can understand because it's been cold lately. To me, it has. So that's one of the reasons I'm sure. I don't know why this vagans decided to dig, but I could understand if it was really cold to them. I'm gonna see what would it do if I poked a little. How you doing, little spider? How you doing? You okay? I'm not trying to pick on you or nothing, but I just want to see. You know, I'm pretty sure people want to see too. Oh, the focus isn't that good. We can make it better. Okay, there you go. See that? How you doing, little spider? You seem really calm today. It's probably because you're full or about to molt. Ow, oh no. Okay, I'll just leave it alone. Anyways, you get my point, right? Uh-oh. Oh, that thing got it to the water. Accidentally got a little dirty. So yeah, this looks like it's about to molt, I believe. It looks kind of like shiny from the back a little bit. Oh, I didn't mean to. And there it is, making that gesture on its body to the corner. Alright, so help you see what I'm trying to do here. Trying to pat this down because I have seen like some results from doing this, patting it down. You see with this, let me explain something to you. With this, how this enclosure is, if I dig like this hole right here, most likely this thing would probably go under there, but I could probably see it and then have this like as a roof, and this thing will crawl in it. But that's for some other time, for some other spider, because this one seems like it's doing okay. Right? Alright, let's go to the next one. It's not even in yet. I'll do it in... Okay, so let me move this. So, here it is, right? I moved it just a bit. And I think I saw a hole over here. I don't know if you see it. It's like right here. Right here. The right tip of this utensil. Right here. So, whoa. And it looks like right there. What's going on over there? Let me take you over there. Can you see anything? Well, you can't really see much. But how about I stand and try to move with it? See how it's just hanging out there?